Hello, familia. Welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you are new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. And come visit me on TikTok and Insta because I'm there daily. And of course, welcome back to my oldies but goodies. Guys, we are back with some concealer reviews. NATASHA DENONA released the Hy-GLAM concealer. It is a brightening, hydrating, crease-proof concealer. Anytime someone says crease-proof, I don't know because I naturally have creasy, very creasy and dark under eyes. You guys know we're going to be here 2 days reviewing this bad boy. And I already put my foundation on. Of course, as always, I skipped that eye area. And I put my eye cream on to give the eyes hydration. My under eyes tend to be a little bit drier. Ooh, this is nice. Look at this packaging. Like this, right? But then it's flat. You see that? How big is this? 0.23 ounces. The average concealer size is 0.3 ounces. So I got 2 shades, YN6R4. One is yellow undertone, one is pink undertone. So I give you both options as to how both would look on my under eyes. So I'm so excited. So let's try R4 on the left side and then the yellow one on the right side. Let's look at this first. This kind of reminds me of the hourglass packaging because it's so long, right? Oh wow, I like that doe foot. Look how thin that is. It looks like a lip gloss doe foot. Okay. So let's go. Oh, it's thick. Okay. Actually, let me swatch. It's not thick, it's pigmented. That's what I meant to say. Oh, yeah, this is very yellow. Okay. So this is one shade, the R, and then the yellow one. They look really, really good. What I really like about NATASHA DENONA's shade range here, there's 50 shades. There's so many shades to choose from. And I really like that there's a ton of options for everybody. I kind of got ahead of myself. I forgot to swatch it for you. Here. Oh wow, it's like lightweight but pigmented. Yeah, it's not thick. The formulation isn't thick at all. And I'm gonna add a good amount here. Around my mouth, I've been kind of doing this motion because I have darkness like right here. And then it kind of just shapes. You see, kind of like that. Because this is a lightweight, it's kind of wet too. Let's let this dry down. Let concealers dry down for about 30 seconds for it to dry down, become thicker, and then when you blend it out, it kind of stays put. And as you know, I love my 71 brush from La Sephora. So let's start to blend. This is saying it's a creaseless concealer. That's kind of like a bold statement, because you guys know we got creases for days here. Oh wow, this is hydrating. I will let it dry down for a minute, literally 1 minute. And I'm just tapping. I kind of like how it's gliding. You see that? A little bit, I will say, goes a long way. Definitely blendable. And you see just how seamless that is? Like legit. And then I'm going to just, oh, it feels very hydrating. Extremely hydrating. Okay. Damn! Look at this. It is creasing, you see that? But I like this hydration. Damn. What I'm gonna do is apply the yellow one and then give you all the info about the product. The new NATASHA DENONA Hy-GLAM Brightening and Hydrating Medium to Full Coverage Crease Proof Serum Concealer retails for $30. It comes in 50 shades. This is a game-changing concealer that has a full performance formula and advanced skincare properties. The coverage is medium, the finish is matte. Highlighted ingredients is botanical stem cell active, powered by a trio of actives. The sponge is doing a good job as well with coverage. Sponges, you know, tend to shear out the product. Let's see. Okay, it is creasing. I like this coverage. This coverage is super hydrating. Look, anyone that has dry under eyes, this would be perfect. It is creasing. You guys know creaseless concealers. It's a great idea, but if you have very creasy concealers, if you have very creasy under eyes like me, you're just gonna crease, you know. The creasing, you can kind of see it, or the lack of, is after you're set and everything's set and done, literally and figuratively. You guys, now that I clean my makeup area, you know how it looks now. I have to walk over to the big drawers and grab all my stuff. It's okay, I like it. All right, let's set. Of course, we're gonna go in with Givenchy, the pink powder. I'm gonna use my Amazon puff. I'm gonna use the puff for both sides. And I'm gonna grab, press, make sure I'm applying this evenly. Let's start off with the first eye. I'm going to blend out because as you saw, we have creases. You wanna make sure everything's blended out how you want it to look. I added a little bit more and let's just blend it out. Yeah, there we go. Because I just feel like it was sitting on the eye for a little too long. All right, let's set. I'm gonna look straight ahead. Get my lid also. I always like to show you how a concealer looks like on the lid. I'm kind of liking the sponge side a little bit better. Here's some powder, and then again, look straight ahead, quickly up, and then back down, and then the lid. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see. Okay, it looks really good. Let's look up. Looks good, looks good. Let's look. Yeah, it looks good. So what time is it? What time is it? It is 9:53. I'm just gonna finish up the face. And you guys, I just realized my voice sounds like I'm getting sick, because I am, but I'm trying to fight it because I have an important week coming ahead. So that's why my voice sounds even raspier than it usually does. But here we are, full face. Because I organized, I could finally find my e.l.f. lipsticks. I love these things. I'm using the shade Standing Ovation and my brown lip liner from LA Girl. It's a very, very thin hydrating formula. Lids look really good. This one looks really good. Here you can see that texture right there, which is cool. I have textured lid. You see how you can see it more here, which is fine. Under eyes look good. There's a little bit of creasing going on. What I found with the swatches, because I kept the swatches, you see how thin out the formula looks, and you can tell because there's this going on. This usually means that it's very thin and it kind of spreads, right? It doesn't have a lot of texture to kind of keep in place. So this tells us this is a very thin hydrating formula, which we saw. It's thin. The thing about very thin formula liquid products, they don't really hold on to things. Powder, you can only use a little bit, because if you go too much, you're gonna have more powder than concealer when you set it. It also could be a little bit too wet. Like you can see it never dry down. It's very creamy. Just keep in mind, those are little nuances that I look for when I'm reviewing a concealer. I'll give you the sunlight view, because concealer looks way different in natural daylight versus here in studio lighting. I have to go do laundry. Peace out. You guys, got caught up doing laundry and I forgot to do the check-in right away. So it's been like an hour. This is the rosy shade. You see how I was telling you about the powder, how it kind of gets stuck? Here's the yellow shade. I feel like you can see it, something to take into consideration. I really like how it looks. We have good coverage. But let's just see how it wears, you know, throughout the day. Hola, familia, I'm back. It is 9 o'clock. You know, I got some footage for you at around 4:30 to show you how the under eyes were looking in daylight. Here on the left side is the rosy side, R number 4. It was looking good. We had good coverage. The other side is the warmer side, which is YN6. Also, I really feel like this is giving us a little more coverage because it's color corrected a little bit better. It's been, what, about 11 hours? Because this formula is super hydrating. Put too much powder. The powder stuck to patches, because you can see here, it's been looking like that all day. Like here on the rosy side, it's right there. And then here on the yellow side, like I've been telling you, it's right here. Typically that happens when a formula is super thin and you put too much powder. It's kind of like the powder takes over that thin formula. Typically powder and concealer kind of have to meet in the middle in order for you to have a nice set under eye. And look, here you can just see darkness peeking through like a whole lot. I do want to show you some footage here, additional footage I took in different lighting where you can see the darkness and you can really see the dent in my under eyes. I naturally have that. When I'm wearing concealer, you really can't see it. So I was really noticing that today here. As a first day impressions, I'm not really completely convinced. I feel gastada. I don't think I look gastada, but let me know. And I'll see you mañana morning. Bye. Hey familia, I'm back. It's hair washing day. I went to the gym this morning at 5 a.m. I feel so good. So I was thinking, I like this shade a little bit better. One eye, I'm going to color correct with Tarte for a little bit. Let's let this dry down and then I'll blend it out. Okay, so let's blend this out. Let's see, also color correcting gives the concealer a little more texture, because you guys saw it's a very lightweight concealer. Is this the shade? I'm going to, and then add here. I'm gonna add in areas like this. And then we're gonna let this really dry down. Grab maybe a brush that's fluffier as opposed to my favorite brush. I'm just gonna tap this in. No, I don't think this concealer blends out well with a brush. I kind of like it better with a sponge. And the reason is the formula is so thin, when you blend it out with the brush, makes little patches within the concealer and the area you're blending out. That usually happens when a formula is too thin. The hair bristles kind of take over. Damn, this coverage is good, huh? with that color corrector. I'm gonna use Derma Blend. You guys know this is the OG powder and it's such a good powder. I'm gonna use a brush that's a little shaped like a dome, that it's not too dense where it won't pick up too much product. It's gonna pick up enough to set the under eyes. I wanna do one eye first in case this eye doesn't work out. We'll switch it up on the other eye. This does crease. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That looks smooth. You see that hydration? Let me look up. Color corrector, you guys know, will always help out. It provides a little more coverage. I'm gonna set lightly, kind of just tap. Let's see. Grab a little more, but then also dab. With my sponge, I want to get the side of it and just kind of tap. Is this gonna work? Crazy, I see like creases there. This is where I can get a powder puff. Just a little bit, kind of blend. I mean, not blend, set like that. And not bake too much, and let's just press that in. It looks better today. I do see, like, you see right here, there's like creases here where like that setting powder didn't really get in. I do have creasy under eyes, which is fine. You know, we work accordingly. So what I'm gonna do with I'm gonna do the same thing except for color correcting. And let me just speed it up. Okay, so what I'm doing is just setting down without picking product up. Let's change it up with this eye. And I think this is the way to go. The more you press, the more you're gonna get into any sort of crease, any fine line, any of that thing, and we won't need the powder puff. It looks good, but I feel like this is how we looked yesterday. I like it because it's creamy, hydrating, it provides coverage, but it doesn't set well. I need to set my under eyes. You guys saw how creasy it gets. You don't have to set your under eyes, but you will constantly have to be blending it out so you don't see creases. That's why I always set my concealer in general. So it is 8:06 in the AM. You guys know we're gonna do a 10-hour wear test. So let me just finish up the face and all right, peinadita y todo. This concealer is not setting well with setting powder. And I say that because once the powder hits it, it kind of doesn't do what it was already doing. My under eyes look a little scrapey. They kind of were looking like that yesterday. The Derma Blend powder is not a matte powder. Let's see the coverage. Like here, we see that darkness peeking through. Here we don't because we use the color corrector. I hope things maybe warm up. You know how I always say, skin warmth just changes things up. It can make it more beautiful, more radiant, better, or not. I'm gonna go in front of the window or in the car. I'm debating if I should try a new coffee shop. So I'll meet you in the car because it's Monday. Why not, right? Oh, and my lip is this brown lip liner and then Humble from Rare. Okay, peace out. You guys, who am I kidding? I cannot leave. It's Monday and Mondays are really busy. This is how the concealer looks. This is the corrector side. You see what it's picking up? Like this texture right here. And then here it's a little bit better. This concealer is just not working well with powders. And I'm like, girl, let's see. My under eyes look super textury too. You see that? You see, like back here, we look good. Huh? Okay, bye. Oh, hello, familia. I'm back. It is 6:12. We've had this concealer on for about 10 hours, but you know, I got some footage for you a few hours ago. Here on the left side is the side with the corrector. It is looking a little bit better from the morning time, and the other side is the side with no corrector. Coverage is good. Nothing was disappearing or like separating or anything. This is how it looks. What you think? What you think? I think it looks a lot better today. With warmth, things got better, and I feel like the coverage is better today using less powder. Darkness I don't see coming through with the one that we corrected. This is the one we did not correct. But as you can see, like, it just looks dry and it looks very, very textury. This would be perfect for you if you don't use a lot of setting powder. Use a tiny bit, set, and kind of go, and your eyes don't really crease. For me, I use a good amount of setting powder because it lasts so long and it helps blur my under eyes. This just didn't work for me because as you guys saw for 2 days. We used 2 different powders and different methods, and we just got very similar results. I just didn't feel that my under eyes were smooth or looked nice. I think it's a great product for anyone that just doesn't use a lot of powder. Smallest amount of powder will work. So this is it, fam. Let me know your thoughts. Are you planning on getting this? Did you get this? If so, did you try it? What are your thoughts on it? Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.